All right, guys, I wanted to go through just a couple examples from 39 because it can be a little tricky and it looks really messy and it really freaks some people out. So we're going to start off with a over b cubed times a squared over b plus 3b squared over z. Now, in your notes, it says, don't forget about the power song, and it also says simplify anything inside the parentheses before you distribute. I'll even go farther than that. I would simplify every single thing you can before you go ahead and distribute, meaning when I look at this fraction, I can't simplify this because I have different bases. So I can't use a power song there because bases are different. Same way here and here as well, okay? So the only thing I can do is distribute here. And now I can use a power song because when I take a times a squared, we know we're supposed to multiply by adding exponents. So that gives me a cubed. And when I take b cubed times b, again, I'm adding exponents, so b to the fourth. Now I'm going to take a times 3b squared. There are no like bases there, so I just get to squish everything together. And I like to put it in order, so coefficient, then letters in order. And on the bottom, again, don't have the same bases, so b cubed and z. Now, I'd take a look one more time just in case you missed anything. I don't have any like bases. Here I do have like bases. So if we notice I've got b's on the top and b's on the bottom, we divide by subtracting, meaning I have 3 on the bottom and 2 on the top. That means these guys are gone and I'm only left with 1 because 3 minus 2, and he had more. All right, so then my final answer is a cubed over b to the fourth, he gets to stay, and then plus 3a over b, just one of them, z. Now I know that that answer is messy, and typically we would say like, oh, should we get a common denominator? No, this is as far as they want you to go. All right, also, earlier we had multiplication in between, so we could cross cancel. You cannot cancel anything out. The only thing you could do was cancel up and down, and we can't do that here. Okay, all right, now let's up the ante a little bit here. So this one says fg squared over h, and then we have fxg over h plus 4 over h squared minus 2gx. Now, I'm not even going to mess around with that. I'm just going to put it over 1, okay? They didn't give it to me like that. They just gave me minus 2gx, but you know you have to deal with fractions, so I'm going to go ahead and put it over 1. If I look up and down, I don't have any like bases, so I can't do any simplifying there, so that means I'm ready to start distributing. Now, remember, if you have like bases, you have to multiply powers by adding exponents, so this would be f squared. I don't have any x's. I don't love that. He should be last anyway, so I'm going to move on to g's. G squared and g, that gives me g cubed, and then I'm going to put that x. Like I said, I just like them in alphabetical order. H times h, that gives me h squared, plus, now I'm going over here, so nobody to multiply with the 4, or the f, or the g's. H times h squared, multiply by adding the exponents, so h cubed. And then minus, now I'm going to the third term, nobody to multiply with the 2. Oh, I don't know why I did that, sorry. Nobody to multiply with the 2. I don't have any f's. G squared and g, that gives me g cubed. And then nobody to combine with the h's, or the x's, sorry. H times 1 in the bottom just gives me h. Now look one more time, make sure. I don't have anybody that can cancel, nobody there or there. That's my final answer. Ugly, but true. Okay. I'm videoing a lesson. Can you come back in like 5 minutes? Okay, thanks. All right, so then I have mn to the negative 4 over p to the negative 2, m to the negative 2 rn over p cubed. Ooh, this is ugly. minus, I have one that doesn't have a denominator, so I'm just going to go ahead and show that it does. So I'm going to put that guy, that's how it shows it, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it over 1. And then plus 8m over p. When I look up and down here, I don't see anybody that I could cancel, but I do see negative exponents. And remember, negative exponents are supposed to move floors. So I'm only going to move the ones that have negative exponents, meaning m doesn't get to move, but n to the 4th is going to go to the bottom, and and p squared is going to come to the top. Remember, by moving them, they become positive. Then r and n get to stay. P cubed gets to stay, but m squared is going to go to the bottom. Yes, they should have been in alphabetical order. If I had pencil, I'd erase it. N to the 4th gets to stay. R squared gets to go to the bottom. So now I don't have to write the 1. It's there even if I can't see it. And this old girl, she's all right. She gets to stay. Okay, now I'm going to look one more time just to make sure I don't have any like variables that I missed, which I don't. So I'm ready to start distributing. Remember, I'm distributing the top and the bottom. I'm going to try to go in alphabetical order, and I'm going to multiply powers by adding exponents. So I don't have any other m's or n's or p's or r's. So they just kind of squish together there. Same way here, nobody combines. So I have m, n, and p. Notice when I put them in order, now I can definitely see that I'm going to be able to cancel here pretty soon. All right, now I'm going over here. Nobody's going to be able to combine, so I'm just worried about putting them in alphabetical order. And same way with the bottom. Nobody's going to be able to combine, so I'm going to put them in alphabetical order, and I'm just going to try to be mindful to like line them up as much as possible. And then we're going here. Aha, now I've got some m's. So my 8 goes out front. M times m, that gives me m squared, p squared. My bottom, just putting it in order alphabetically. Now I'm ready to start cleaning stuff up. So I'm running out of room a little bit here, so forgive me. This guy's going to cancel and leave me with 1 in the bottom. 1 in on top, 4 in the bottom, so he's gone, and that leaves me with 3 in the bottom. 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, so that means they're gone. 1 left in the bottom. And R doesn't combine with anybody, so he's a lone soldier. M doesn't have anybody to cancel, so he gets to stay. 4 in the top, 4 in the bottom, they're totally gone. P doesn't have anybody to combine with, and either does R. 8 doesn't have anybody to reduce with, either does M. P does. There was 2 on top and 1 on the bottom, so they're gone, and there's 1 left on top, and N to the 4th gets to stay. There's my final answer. So just be really careful, very neat. You should be fine. Make sure you write this on your paper. Make sure you write that on your paper. Do not forget to write this in your notes.